Brittany, thank you so much for having us here today. We're so excited to just learn about what you do here at Children's Therapy Services in Rapid City, South Dakota. And yeah, I'd love for you to kick us off. Just tell us about this place, tell us about what you do and what you guys do to fill your days and help these kiddos.
Absolutely. So we are a clinic that provides different therapies. We provide physical, occupational, and speech therapy services. I'm an OT, so as an OT, I'm working on a plethora of things. I'm looking at self-care skills, I'm looking at fine motor skills, I'm working on behavioral management and emotional regulation, social skills. But of course, we also cover speech and language, and then physical therapy, which includes walking and just kind of moving around functionally in your environment.
That is so cool. What a blessing you are to these families.
Oh, we love it.
And you said earlier, you were talking, you're just like, I love my job, and you can just see that in the way that you talk about it. I love that so much. Like I said, you're such a blessing, and I just think that's so special.
Thank you.
So tell me what you guys do here at the clinic.
So we get kiddos coming in for their therapies, and usually sessions are 30 to 45 minutes, and we're working on their goals, whatever their goals happen to be. Sometimes we're working on those fine motor skills, and we're doing puzzles and all kinds of different fine motor things. We're working in the gym for kids with sensory regulation issues, moving and experiencing different sensory experiences to help them better regulate. It just is very catered to whatever their specific goals are.
I love that. So for someone that doesn't know, you said you're an OT.
Yes.
Tell us what that means.
Okay, so as an OT,
well.
it is so broad. As an OT, typically, we work with people who have experienced illness, injury. As a pediatric OT, kids who are, born with certain illnesses or diagnoses, if you will, and helping them just do the things that they love to do. Do the things that are meaningful for them, occupational, i.e. things that occupy your time, and there's that meaningful component to it. So what's meaningful? Cool. With kids, it's typically play.
And that's like the perfect transition into talking about Zippit and how he's come into working with y'all here.
Yes.
So tell me about what Zippit does as a therapy dog here at the clinic, and really the changes that you've seen in the kids here.
Yep, okay. How I have utilized Zippit was with some of my kids with social skills issues and whatnot, having them ask Callie, Zippit's human, questions about Zippit, about her, how they came to be about as a therapy dog team. Just working on those social skills pieces. I have a kiddo who very, very introverted, very, very shy, doesn't really talk a whole lot. Sometimes I'll get a few words, but after introducing Zippit, after the second session, he was smiling. He found Zippit's ticklish spot, and he was just going at it. It was amazing to see. It was awesome.
So Zippit has been here for a little bit over 2 months.
Yes.
And prior, you had another therapy dog, and he's retired.
He's retired, yes.
So now Zippit is in here, and he's loving these kids. I love that so much. Does Zippit just work with you? Does he work with everybody that's here in the clinic? Tell us how that works.
He does work with everybody. So for the speech therapist, maybe they're trying to get the kids to say a specific sound, like the S sound, so they might say sit, or have them give commands. Or just talk to Zippit, language-based, like, how are you doing today? Or, hey, this is a square, whatever they're working on specifically. For the physical therapist, Zippit has helped with, the movement piece. So I know she's worked with a kiddo that needed just to kind of get some movement in, and they were, running back and forth together, and kind of just a great motivator. A great motivator.
So sweet.
So, yeah.
Dogs, we say this every single time. In every situation, they have such a unique way of bringing out someone's true self and tearing down these walls that we can't do as easily as humans. They just breeze right by those walls and walk right in the door.
It's amazing.
It's so incredible what they do. And the fact that we get to use dogs, horses, all these different animals in therapy is so special, and I know you see the effects of having him here every single day.
Mm-hmm.
I love that. Thank you for sharing that.
Yes, thank
so
you.
One last question for you. So can you explain for people that don't know, a lot of people know that we have Nash, and Nash, we go out and we serve with Nash, but that's not the case with Zippit. You are his work mama, and Zippit has a real mama that he normally serves with. So tell us how that works for someone that doesn't know how that works with therapy dogs.
Actually, Callie does come to our therapy sessions. So she is in the session with us. And I just kind of actually give her, like, ahead of time, we kind of set up, okay, this is what I'm going for. Can you kind of help me facilitate that? And Zippit and I, he's kind of my new best friend.
I don't blame you.
So we respond well together, or we work well together as well. So I can get him to do things as well. But Callie is in there, so she definitely helps with that piece. So.
And you all get to work together as a team, and she knows him so well. So she's able to direct him to help better serve you, to then better serve the kids. I think that's incredible. Well, thank you so much for everything that you do. We're so grateful. We love it here already. This is just such a warm and inviting space, and knowing that you guys get to serve these kids with Zippit, and just what you guys do is such incredible work, so thank you.
Well, thank you. Thank you for coming.
We're
glad to have you.
I love it here already. Sweetheart. Okay, do you want to sit over here by your mama? Come here. Go sit by your mama.
Can you turn around? Come here. Come here. Good boy. Good. Can you sit?
Do you just want to sit over here, bud? You can sit right here between us. Callie, thank you so much for also sitting here with us and interviewing us, but I really think we have to thank Zippit because he's the true star today. Just kidding, you both are so awesome. I am so excited because, I had some of your hair on me. I'll take that. I'm so excited. There's so many different ways that you can work with a therapy dog. And I want to hear all about your guys' story, how you got started. I'm so inspired by you because you're still in high school. And there's so many people out watching that are going to be able to learn from you. We haven't talked with the high schooler yet. We've actually learned, we were doing another interview in Texas, and we learned there was a counselor there, and her daughter did junior. She was becoming a junior handler. So I just think that's so cool. So I'm excited to get your perspective and why you're passionate about this. So just kick us off. Tell us.
We got involved in our organization about a year ago. I'm not entirely sure how I came upon it. I just kind of started researching careers that involved dogs and like kids. And so I kind of came upon occupational therapy and then learned about therapy work with dogs. And I found our organization and just kind of started the process. It started with an online handler course that I did, and then just kind of basic training with him. We did some basic obedience classes, and we went to places like Lowe's that let dogs in and just kind of walked around. And then we took our evaluation last summer, and we passed, so here we are. We were put on pause for actually working for a while because of COVID, but now we come here every Wednesdays, and we also, twice a month, we go to the public library here in Rapid, and we do a reading session program where the kids get to read to him to work on their reading skills. It's super cool.
Zippit, what's your favorite book?
There's one that a little girl has read to us a couple times about the character in the book reads to a therapy dog to work on her reading skills. So it's the sweetest thing.
You're going to have to let me know what book that is. We're totally going to have to get that.
It is the sweetest thing.
I am so inspired by you both. And what I love too is you said you got, you checked all the boxes and you got him certified last summer. So we're looking at just about a year that you've been doing this. And Zippit is 7. 7.5? 7?
7.
So you started him in therapy work when he was 6. So he wasn't this young pup. So tell me about how you feel, for anybody that's out there that maybe they have a doggy that's older. I mean, what can you speak to them to encourage them, to show them that you don't need to have an age, you can be any age?
Yeah, absolutely. Yes, the saying old dogs can't learn new tricks, not true at all.
So good.
Yes, he's always, we still are learning new things on a daily basis. He's amazing. I didn't find it much different at all starting when he was a little older. He just kind of fit right into the role.
He does.
And he never had any problem with training or anything. He's always had a really even temperament, so that helped, of course. And,
well, you could tell when we walked in. He just he's made for this. I think, it's just so incredible when you meet a dog and you can see their purpose. That's something that we talk about a lot, is therapy work with Nash showed us, and I can, probably say the same for you, it showed you what a dog's purpose is, and it's not just to consume them and love them and keep them at home, it's to share them and let them love others, because so many people we'll pass big burly men on the street, and just the joy that they get from seeing Nash and from seeing Zippit is so special.
Absolutely, yes.
So what made you choose serving here at Children's Therapy Services?
Yeah, so at the beginning of the summer, I kind of compiled a whole bunch of places that I was wanting to reach out to see, and these guys just seemed like a perfect fit. They're working one-on-one with kids specifically, and I want to go into a career with children, so I especially wanted to work with kids.
Perfect.
Yep, and Zippit loves kids, so.
You can tell you love everybody.
Yes, and just the one-on-one aspect and the variety of different ways we can help here, it was a perfect fit.
So cool, so cool. You've been here for 2 months, so are you planning on, you said you serve in a few other places, are you planning on serving anywhere else, or how is that working?
Yeah, so have a very busy schedule right now, but I'm hoping for the future we can keep reaching out to more places. We haven't found too many others here in Rapid, but hopefully we can keep reaching out and finding more. And I'm hoping to stay here into the school year and at the library into the school year.
I love that. Well, that's perfect. So for someone, and I'm asking you this just to encourage others too, but for someone that, let's say, they decided to do therapy work, they've done all of that, you said you were reaching out to people. What did that process look like for you to reach out and ask if they were open to having you guys come in and serve? How did that look?
Yeah, so I kind of compiled a letter that I could send out or email out, just kind of explaining our whole process, how we got here, and what kind of volunteer opportunities we were looking for. And I just sent it out to a whole bunch of different places, and Children's Therapy Services was kind enough to respond, and they're very interested. So
I love that. Well, it sounds like it was at the perfect time too, and you guys fit right into this team. I just absolutely love all of the work that you're doing here. And I'm going to ask you one more question, and it's hopefully going to be just the sweetest. But one last question. Out of all of the time that you've been here so far, what is your favorite story that you love to share with people that has just either been just the sweetest moment, the most validating moment? Give me that.
Absolutely. Well, a big one, Brittany also talked about it, was the little shy kid. Yes, when he kind of came out of his shell and brightened up, especially when he found Zippit's little scratchy spot, that was so precious. And Zippit's usually very laid back, not super toy motivated, but there was one time that one of our kids found a ball in the closet and started throwing it for him, and he got so energized, so into it. They were playing, and it was amazing. It was so sweet.
Oh my gosh, isn't that so cute? Where they'll randomly just get this extra bit of energy, and you're like, where's this coming from? It's so sweet. It's so sweet. Well, thank y'all so much for what you do. I am, like I said, just so encouraged by you both, and it's such an honor to sit down with you today and be able to share with everybody what you guys do and spotlight you. So thank you. Keep up the good work.
Thank you so much. This has been amazing.